It's astonishing, I think, that all the Persians I've come across, and I eat at the restaurants, I shop at their stores, they're just fantastic people. They fled the tyranny of the Islamofascism in Iran. And what are the odds? The one skunk in that community is their member of parliament in Richmond Hill. It is just astonishing. We've tried to scrum Jowhari several times about his ties. And basically, his answer is always, I've already answered that question without giving an answer.
But David, the Menzies is now going to join us from Richmond. David, how you doing?
Hey, Ezra, how's it going there? Hi, Sheila.
It's good to see you. Give us an update. Tell us where you are and what you see and what you hear.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm outside the campaign headquarters for Kostas Minagakis. Most of the staff have left now. The polls have closed, of course, at 9:30, Ezra. And this is the federal riding of Richmond Hill. And I have to say it's a fascinating riding, not because I live in Richmond Hill. I don't live in this riding, by the way, full disclosure, but because in the last federal election, 2019, this was the closest horse race. In fact, Kostas Minagakis went to bed on the evening of the October 2019 election as the winner. He woke up the next morning to discover that, well, due to the mail-in ballots, guess what? He lost by about 200 votes, or 0.2%. And gee, where have we heard that one before? But I won't go down that rabbit hole. And he lost to Majid Jowari. Now, Majid Jowari, I think, is an odious candidate simply because he has ties to the Iranian regime. He supports the Iranian regime. He is a contributor to his campaign who is under CSIS investigation, if you can imagine. And just to let you know, it's funny, Ezra, I believe the Persian population in Richmond Hill, and I've lived here for more than 2 decades, it's like 12%. And it's astonishing, I think, that all the Persians I've come across, and I eat at the restaurants, I shop at their stores, they're just fantastic people. They fled the tyranny of the Islamofascism in Iran. And what are the odds? The one skunk in that community is their member of parliament in Richmond Hill. It is just astonishing. We've tried to scrum Jowhari several times about his ties. And basically, his answer is always, I've already answered that question without giving an answer. So this is certainly one of the ridings that is a true horse race right across Canada. And the spanner in the works, Ezra, because it is between Majid Jowari and Kostas Minagakis, is the appearance of Charity DePaula, a.k.a. Charity McGrath. Now, she was a progressive conservative candidate in 2018. That is to say, she won the nomination but was disqualified after several allegations of fraud, i.e. ballot box stuffing. And she appealed that. The appeal didn't go through. And so she was cast aside. Now, the last 3 years, she's been playing it cool, hoping to run as a federal conservative. Well, the federal Conservative Party said, nope, not with that baggage. You are a candidate non grata. So at the last minute, her signs popped up all over Richmond Hill. They're in Tory blue. They have a red banner that says, you're member of parliament, and then a tiny font in a sticker below that, candidate. There are now allegations in the mainstream media that she has been door knocking, passing herself off as the bona fide conservative candidate.
Well, David, it sounds like a crazy story, and I've followed a lot of your work tracking down Majid Jowhari, and you have, I think, held him to account more than all other media combined. And some of the things you're saying may come across as startling to our viewers who haven't been following your story, but it is true what you say, and we obviously take great care to get our facts straight. And in fact, I don't think it will surprise anyone to hear that we run our stories about Majid Jowari by defamation lawyers in advance of publication, because we want to be absolutely careful. We have all our ducks in the row. It's true. Everything you've just said about his associations with the regime are true. And it's shocking but not surprising, that that's just fine with Justin Trudeau. He's fine with his senators practically reading Beijing talking points. So why wouldn't he be fine with his MP reading the Ayatollah's talking points too? There is no evil regime where Justin Trudeau and his family, whether it's Castro or China or Iran, they love every regime. The more communist, the better. Listen, he said so himself. Give us your prediction. How do you think it's going to go down there? I'm trying to see if there's any early information about the riding you're in, and I don't see it yet. Are there any results in yet for Richmond Hill, or not yet?
I haven't seen any, Ezra. The polls just closed minutes ago. If I was a betting man, and I am, I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole, even if I was 11 feet away. It is too close to call. And the only reason I mentioned Charity DePola, who used to go by the name Charity McGrath, and by the way, I think the factor there as to why she changed her name is, if you Google Charity McGrath, you find out that she has more baggage than the arrivals terminal at Pearson Airport. Not so much for Charity DePaula, her new name. And it's only because of this, Ezra. She is a no-hoper. She stands absolutely zero chance of winning. But if she just gets a few hundred votes on name recognition, on allegedly passing herself off as the Conservative candidate, even though it won't say Conservative on the ballot, of course, just a few hundred votes is enough to turn the tide and to screw the Conservatives and screw Kostas Minagakis. I guess hell hath no fury than a would-be Conservative candidate scorned, Ezra.
All right. Well, we've got the scoop on Richmond Hill. It's great to see you. And if you have a chance to talk to the candidate himself, we'd like to hear his thoughts, because, as you said, imagine the glee of going to bed thinking you've won and the pain of waking up to hear that you've lost from mail-in votes. That would be a very sad day for anyone. Thanks for your update, David.
Thank you so much, Ezra. And I'll head over to Archibald's, where the Hope for Victory party will be for Kostas Minagakis. He's agreed to come on camera. I'll have him on later when we understand where this riding might be going. So thanks for hearing me out.
All right, there you have it. David Menzies.